Hi everyone, this is the High Desert Tarotist, and today for our daily quick pick, we are going to be using Spirit Junkie Oracle cards. So this is our daily reading for Friday, December 10th. If you haven't done these before, what you want to do is see which pile you feel the most drawn through, and then I will leave timestamps in the description below so you can fast forward to your reading. And so pile 1, our card says, I bring peace with me wherever I go. Pile 2, instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Pile 3, compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others. Pile 4, I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. And then pile 5, taking care of myself is a radical act of love. If you're feeling drawn to more than one, then it is possible that there's messages for you in multiple piles. Take a moment, you can pause, see which one you're feeling most drawn to, and then I will see you back in your reading. Bye. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this oracle card, I bring peace with me wherever I go, then this is your reading. Today we will be using the classic Rider-Waite tarot. So what messages do we have for pile 1 for today, Friday, December 10th? What messages does pile 1 need to know for their day? And this one right here. Your card is the Hanged Man. As a card for today, the Hangman is a card that is talking about looking at our perspective or our point of view. You may have an experience today that challenges your point of view in a situation or asks you to think about it from a new light. So something I'm noticing about this card right now is that it keeps turning. So when I first pulled it, it was upside down. But I don't often read the cards upside down, so I turned it and I'm noticing that it keeps doing this, like it keeps wanting to turn. So I feel like this card is telling me it wants to be upside down. So we're going to read it that way. In that case, this situation might tell you that you are struggling and having difficulty understanding the point of view of another person today, or you're having a hard time seeing perspectives other than your own. You might be being asked to do something and you don't really understand, like you're really resistant to making changes, making sacrifices, or seeing other people's perspectives. And because of this, you might be kind of bumping heads with other people today. And if you're experiencing this, really the takeaway here is that if you can, try to open yourself up. So I'm wondering if you're so dead set on keeping everything the way that it is, that you're missing the bigger picture and you're not noticing that any changes you're being called to do, any different points of views you're being called on to see are really going to help you. But instead, it's like you're clinging so desperately to what is that you're missing out on what could be. And that, I think, is the most important message that this card has for you today. The card goes very fitting with this. So our card was, I bring peace with me wherever I go. So I feel like that's kind of the message it's giving you. So instead of maybe holding on too tightly to what is, think about how can you bring peace into the situation. So if you're resisting some kind of change, you're resisting having to like work towards something, if you're resisting opening up to other people, and you're like bumping heads with others, this is a kind of a day for you to say, well, okay, what can I do differently? How can I bring peace with me? So the Hangman's serving as a warning to you that if you don't, you're really going to keep struggling and no peace can come. But you yourself kind of hold the key, like you can bring peace towards the situation. And I think the Hangman's telling you the most simplest way to do it is just to consider other people's point of views today. Consider other perspectives. And like I said earlier, instead of focusing so hard on what is, because that's really probably not bringing any peace to anybody in this situation. You want to focus on what could be and take note of how you feel. Does it make you feel better? Does it seem like other people around you are relaxing? You really want to pay attention to others today as well as you, because it feels like this is a situation where there's other people involved. So something's going to happen today that's going to be kind of more than just you. Listen, I hope that was helpful, Pile 1. I'm wishing you the best for your day, and I will see you back in your next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this card instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love, then this is your reading. Right, today we will be using the classic Rider-Waite deck. And so what messages do we have for Pile 2 for today, which is Friday, December 10th? What messages does Pile 2... Whoa, that one just bounced out of there. Right, we have the Four of Swords, which is really fitting with the reflection about this card. And we have the Four of Swords. Right, so this card goes so well with the Oracle card that was picked for today. So today's really going to be a quiet day for you. It's going to be a time for you to maybe just reflect a little, do some self-care. Just give yourself some peace and quiet. I think that's going to be really needed for your day. So it is Friday, so maybe even by Friday night you'll get a chance to just give yourself some peace and quiet. And I think it's really fitting with this because this talks about reflecting love. So and it says not taking on the fear of others. So I guess I'm wondering if there's been some kind of a situation, some tension that's been building between you and a situation, or you and other people, and you've been maybe letting their opinions or their thoughts crowd your own mind, crowd your own kind of choices on or thoughts on the situation. So I think today is going to be the day or the night. I'm feeling like this might happen more at nighttime for you to take time for yourself, rest yourself, and really try to separate what you're hearing from others and try to get more in tune with what you yourself are feeling and what you can bring to the situation, which this card indicates is love. So you need to come from the situation at a more peaceful, almost neutral stance. But I feel like this has kind of been a struggle for you this week. And so today will be a day where you really just have to turn off the voices of others, so to speak, and tune into your own. And that is your reading for today, Pile 2. I'm wishing you the best of luck for your day, and I will see you back in tomorrow's reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose compassion is my compass, I am willing to hold space for the experience of others, then this is your reading. And today we will be using the classic Rider-Waite Tarot. And so what messages do we have for Pile 3 for today, Friday, December 10th? What messages do they need to know about their day? All right. I feel really torn between these two cards. I'm tempted to pull both of them, which is out of the usual for this, but they just both really seem to connect. So let's see why. Right, you're getting a bonus card today, Pile 3, and you got the Sun and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so right away, both of these cards as daily cards are kind of saying similar messages. They're both alluding to the fact that you might be doubting your own self-worth or doubting the value of yourself and what you bring to others. And both cards are almost serving as a warning to kind of pull yourself together, get out of your shell, and recognize the value you have, because you do bring a lot of value into the world. And beyond that, you have what you need to overcome any difficulties. So these cards together just go so well with our message. We talked about holding space for the experience of others, that compassion is your compass. And then these cards talk about the value you have and what you can bring to the table. So they couldn't go together any more beautifully. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt who you are. Do not doubt your worth, or do not doubt the value of your love, because it is needed by others in your life today. And you can bring this to them. So you can really radiate this love, this compassion, this safe space that others are needing from you right now. And you are the one that they need. So if you're like pondering why maybe a certain person comes to you today for advice, or maybe there's been a situation occurring between you and another and you're like almost unsure about it, you should know that if people are flocking around you, they're flocking around you for a reason, because you have something beautiful inside of you that is able to hold this space. So I really wonder if you are a spiritual person, or you have some kind of a gift, and that you might be something that people have always felt drawn to. Like, in a way, you're a light for others. And this is going to be a day where hopefully you can kind of look past your own insecurities and embrace it, because you're going to have to hold space for another person today, and you are what they need. And just enjoy it, because the connections, I feel like the connection with this, it feels like a specific person that's probably needing you or coming to you. But the connection that you have and the connection that you can offer others is something that doesn't happen a lot in this world. So for you, it's just like, I'm just feeling this sense of you're a beautiful person. You're probably a spiritual person. You might have some like psychic abilities of your own, or you might just kind of know things. So that's kind of what makes you a person that is really great to talk to. You just always give good advice. And that's a beautiful way to be in the world. And so please just, if you can, open up to that today. I'm also seeing kind of a pattern here of like the pink and the blue on there and then there. They really match, which is cool. So pink and blue for some reason might be colors today that are important to you in some way, or maybe what the colors kind of represent. So that is your card for today, pile 3. I am wishing you the best for your day, and I will see you back in tomorrow's reading. Bye. Hi, pile 4. If you chose, I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power, then this is your reading. And so what does pile 4 need to know about their day, which is today, Friday, December 10th? What messages do we have for pile 4 today? If I'm not mistaken, pile 4, you've had a couple days of tough readings. So let's see what message we have for you today. Your card for today is the 9 of Swords. So as a card for today, the 9 of Swords kind of is a message to us that we need to strengthen ourselves a little. So we need to try to not let ourselves become overburdened by what's happening around us, or become blocked by our emotions or disheartened. And we need to allow some patience and trust. And so for you, I'm really fascinated about the oracle card that was chosen, which is I'm ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. These oracle cards are always so fitting to the tarot cards. It just actually kind of amazes me every time. And I feel like this is exactly the message you needed to hear today. So if you are feeling a little overwhelmed, burdened, weighed down, if you've been like not getting a lot of sleep at night, if you've just been exhausted, you've been going through a tough week, then what ways can you step into your own power today? So it's almost like the situation has gotten the best of you, and it's like gotten control over you, and you're almost becoming like so controlled by the situation that you're losing yourself in it. And so this, I feel like this is coming as a warning and a message that it's time for you to rise up. It's time for you to say, I don't accept this anymore. It's time for you to take your power back. Even if you have to look in the mirror and say, I take my power back, like just make that declaration, do it today, because this situation is not going to change until you stand up and fight for yourself. That is exactly the message I'm feeling, and I don't feel like it could be any clearer, and I don't think there's anything else to say about it. But that is what you need to do today. And I'm wishing you the best. All right, I'm going to leave you here, pile 4. I know this is a little short, but it just feels like that message was so important and so direct, and that's just what you need to hear. So now it's up to you to try to figure out how you can rise up and claim your power. Right? I'm wishing you the best for your day, and I will see you back in tomorrow's reading. Bye. Hi, pile 5. If you chose taking care of myself is a radical act of self-love, then this is your reading. And today we are going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot. And so what messages do we have for pile 5 for today, Friday, December 10th? What messages do we have for pile 5 today? Oh, wow. That one. There's your message, the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a daily card, is really a card about trying to kind of almost jump head first and don't let any like momentary hesitations or what ifs stand in your way. There might be some challenges today, and you might have to kind of take on your own thought. You're going to have to kind of speak up for yourself. And I think it's interesting that this is paired with this, where it says taking care of myself is a radical act of self-love, act of love, because this card's all about the self, and this card is as well. I'm wondering if this thing that you have to kind of do without hesitation today, or just kind of go for it, really is good. So right away I heard taking, what's it called? Playing hooky, right? Taking a day off that you might not need. So this might be just like if you wake up in the morning and you're like, I just can't go about this day, I want to call in, just call in. So if it's something that you just really know that you need a mental health day today, you just need to do something for yourself today. You just can't today, basically. And you need to do something for you. And this King of Wands is saying, go for it, man. Do it. Don't think about it. Don't think twice. Don't hesitate. Just jump in and do it. Because as our card tells us, our oracle card here, this is going to be exactly what we need. We need to give ourselves this love today. We might be feeling burnt out, stressed, overworked. So just give this self to you today. And maybe it's not necessarily like you're going to play hooky from work or play hooky from school, but what other ways will this come up? So maybe after work, maybe, maybe you have plans with someone and last minute you're just going to say, man, I really don't want to go. So you're just going to be honest about that. You're not going to go. You're going to stay home and take care of yourself, or vice versa, right? So in some way, some form today, you're going to possibly have like a moment or where you kind of have to jump in head first and make a choice without thinking about it or without, hesitating. And the choice is really going to be something that's related towards yourself, self-care, giving yourself something you really need today, because that's just where you're at today. Right, so I'm wishing you the best for your day, pile 5. This is the end of our reading, and then I will see you back in tomorrow's. Bye.